Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we will be discussing the topic, why fasting attracts God. Fasting is an important spiritual discipline that has been practiced for centuries by people of different religions, including Christians. In this video, we will explore the reasons why fasting attracts God and the one thing you must never do while fasting, as supported by biblical references. So, let's get started. Fasting is a way of humbling oneself before God. When we fast, we deny ourselves food and other pleasures of the flesh to focus on spiritual matters. This act of self-denial demonstrates to God that we are serious about our relationship with Him and are willing to put Him first in our lives. In Matthew 6:16-18, Jesus teaches about fasting, saying, "When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father, who is unseen, and your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you." Jesus emphasizes the importance of fasting for spiritual purposes, and not for show. Fasting is not about impressing others, but about pleasing God. The act of fasting is an expression of our faith and trust in God. When we fast, we are saying to God, "I trust you to provide for me and sustain me." Fasting also helps us to draw closer to God. When we fast, we remove the distractions of the world and focus on God. We spend more time in prayer and meditation, seeking God's guidance and direction for our lives. In Isaiah 58:6-7, God speaks to the Israelites, saying, "Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen, to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter, when you see the naked, to clothe them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood?" God desires that our fasting be accompanied by acts of kindness and justice. Fasting is not just about our personal spiritual growth, but also about how we treat others. When we fast, we should also seek to help those who are less fortunate than ourselves. Now that we have discussed why fasting attracts God, let's talk about the one thing you must never do while fasting. In Matthew 6:16-18, Jesus warns against fasting for show. He says that we should not disfigure our faces or make a show of our fasting to impress others. Fasting is a personal and private matter between us and God. We should not use it as a means of seeking attention or praise from others. Fasting is about humbling ourselves before God, not about exalting ourselves before others. In conclusion, fasting is an important spiritual discipline that attracts God. When we fast, we humble ourselves before God and draw closer to Him. Fasting is an expression of our faith and trust in God, and it helps us to seek His guidance and direction for our lives.